In today's video, we're going to learn the first 3 actions you need to take to set up a profitable ready-to-eat meals business out of your home. You'd think that with people working from home during the COVID pandemic, a lot more people would be cooking their own lunch and dinners, but this just isn't the case. In fact, people are working more hours and just don't have the time to prepare their own meals. So it must come to no surprise that you can use your cooking skills and offer up delicious, healthy home-cooked meals to the starving crowd. To bring more videos like this, please like, subscribe, and comment below. What's your favorite food? Alright, let's get to work on the top 3 actions you need to take immediately to set up a profitable, home-based, ready-to-eat meals business. Number 1, plan your business. Who is your target market? The preferred customers are those with disposable income who like good food and do not have the time required to prepare it for their families. They do not want to go to the trouble to visit a restaurant. They find fast food less than satisfying. They are willing to pay more for the quality of food that is made using better types of ingredients. So, if your target market are students of a nearby university, you may want to focus on light and heavy snacks. Or, your target market is the employees of an adjacent office building. You may want to offer healthy lunch meals and snacks. If your target market are the residents of a residential building in your neighborhood, then you may want to consider their meal needs, such as if they have kids or not. Now, once you decide what market you're going to target, then you can select a catchy name for your business to appeal to that target audience. Then start customizing your meals according to what your target market needs. When you customize your meals according to what your target market needs, you can ensure that you have a constant flowing of orders for meal deliveries. When you research your market food needs, you can keep them happy and satisfied with the price they are willing to pay for that convenience. Next, analyze your competitors and pick your niche. To differentiate yourself from the crowd of other meal-to-go businesses, you should first size your competition. Who are they already selling ready-to-eat meals to in your area neighborhood? Are they your neighbors, co-workers, friends? What do these competing businesses offer and at what price? How do these companies handle complaints, returns, and refunds? Obtaining some counterintelligence will benefit your business greatly when you start accumulating customers and dealing with various pricing, product, and other issues. You'll be better equipped to understand which refund requests are reasonable and which aren't. For example, having some counterintelligence will also enable you to pick your niche, whether that be gluten-free, paleo, low sodium, or some other meal niche. By picking a niche, you'll be able to attract a smaller but more motivated customer base. Such customers have the potential to become very loyal to your business, which means bigger and recurring sales in the long run. Number 2, know your costs, then consider profits. So don't get wrapped up in business investments and inventory purchases that you overlook how much you're spending. It's imperative that you carefully measure your debts and capital investments so that you know how much to charge your customers. While high-end meals can go easily for about $30 for 2 people, this money can easily be spent on groceries, kitchen tabs, marketing collateral, and the like. Thus, you must keep a tight lid on any and all expenditures. To start keeping costs low, consider cooking at home, or consider a partnership with a local restaurant who is willing to allow you to use their kitchen after hours for a small fee. What are the ongoing expenses for a meals-to-go business? Here are some of the items you need to consider as ongoing expenses to run your ready-to-eat meals business. The great thing about food delivery businesses is that you don't need to have a significant amount of capital to start with. You don't even need to purchase a lot of materials or appliances and utensils. You've already got most of that stuff at home already. You may need the following though: something like plastic or cardboard meal containers and utensils for delivery, a few big pots and pans to allow you to cook large meals in batches, and possibly big food containers where you store your food after cooking them. How does a meals-to-go business make money? So by taking into account all your costs, you are able to determine how much to charge per meal by making up your ingredient and labor costs. If you are just starting out as a single operator business, you can consider keeping your labor costs very low to allow you to cover your daily basic monthly needs. For example, If the ingredients for a meal cost $10 and the labor to prepare costs $4, then we add in a contribution to overhead and allowance for waste. The meal should sell for about $24 to include for some profit for yourself. This is a great price for a quality gourmet meal for 2 people. Delivery charges are usually factored into the pricing of a meal. Selling drinks to make extra revenues and desserts as an upsell item make your profits go up. The successful businesses in this sector spend 32% for their materials, 33% for labor, and about 5% for overhead. Typical prices for 2 people are in the range of $24 to $28, depending on the area. Naturally, an operation in expensive city like New York, LA, or Toronto will likely be more because the cost of overhead is higher than in other parts of the country. How much profit can a meals-to-go business make? Investopedia says the average profit margin for a food and beverage business is 5.5%. If the business is selling about $50,000 per month, the owner can expect to take home profits of 5.5% of that amount, or $2,750 per month. You have to sell a lot of food per month to make good profits. This business is low margin, high volume in order to be successful. Number 3, start marketing your business. There are many ways in which you can market your meals-to-go business, and many of these methods are absolutely free. Your marketing strategy can focus on the following: word of mouth by neighbors and friends, digital marketing through social media such as Facebook and Instagram, leaving flyers and posters in nearby offices, schools, or residential areas. When it comes to starting your own food delivery business, or any business for that matter, you'll need a great-looking, fast, affordable logo design. You can take the time to hire a traditional logo designer or just do it yourself using an online logo maker, such as Logo My Way. They provide hundreds of professional logo templates and allow you to customize each logo before you purchase. It only takes about 5 to 10 minutes to design your own logo, and you can download the high-res files instantly. So let's go over a food business that's done really well, taking into account everything we've just talked about. So I'd like you to meet the owner of Bawang. So what's his story? He was laid off from his job as a project manager at a Toronto advertising agency shortly after Canada went into the pandemic lockdown. And he started to feel an unfamiliar panic. He asked himself, how am I going to put food on the table for my son? How would I pay rent? Uncertain of the answers, he did what he always does when he's feeling down. He cooked. To feel better, he started making meals and cooked dishes he grew up eating in his Filipino household. His friend Joel, who shared some of his meals with his parents, encouraged him to start thinking bigger. That same night, on March 29th, 2020, he was messing around on Instagram and created an account called bawang.to. Bawang is a Filipino word for garlic, his favorite ingredient. He posted a family-style menu, attached a price tag of $40, and asked anyone interested to direct message him with their choice of appetizer, main, and dessert. Next thing he knew, he had 1, then 2, then 3 orders. He couldn't believe it. He was originally making everything out of his apartment in Parkdale, but as demand grew, he started using the commercial kitchens at his friend's Midtown Cafe. He's now taking in orders from 30 to 50 households per week all over the Greater Toronto area. He never really intended for Bawang to take off as a business. It was just about doing something he loved and sharing it with others. Great, so let's do a quick review of bawang.to. As you remember, he initially started his marketing by setting up an Instagram site. And he's done some really interesting things on his site to promote engagement. Well, first off, you'll notice he's very clear in his description. He says what type of food he is doing, which is home-style Filipino comfort food. And he's very clear about when the drop-off and pick-up times are for any of the family-style meals that he creates. And finally, he's got a link to his website, which we'll check in just a second. Now, quickly, if you look at his site, he's used videos very interestingly where he posts his menus ahead of time so that people know what they're getting. And on his Instagram pictures, he takes some excellent photos of his food, which makes it instantly irresistible to people and creates anticipation for what's on the menu the following week, as you can see here. Now, if we go back and have a look at his website, we'll see that in bawang.to, his site's very simple. It's clean. He's got basically a home and an order page, and he replicates his photos from Instagram here. And finally, if you click on order here, we have the next delivery dates and the pickup dates. If we hit delivery, well, in this case, this close to the week. And then the last thing I really enjoy what he does here is that he's actually collecting and growing an email list. This is incredibly important for your business because it'll give you an opportunity for whatever reason. If you aren't able to connect with your audience on Instagram, you now have people's direct email addresses. You can also use these email addresses to stay on top of your following week's orders. You can remind people to visit your Instagram site and say, you know what, these are the menu items that are going to be delivered to you. Are you interested? Place your order. So definitely 5 stars, I would say, for what Bawang is doing here with his home delivery business.